Hi, and welcome to update number 53 for mid-January 2019. It was maintenance month this week, so there's not a whole lot of flash to see, but I'll show you what I've been doing. One of the things I did was added lights to these two structures. This is Eagle Lake up here on the upper deck of my layout, and I don't know if you can see, but we've got some inside details going on there, and lights in both of these structures. I just think the lights in the structures really add a lot versus something like this that could use lights. So that's one of the things that I did. Speaking about lights, we will look at this area of the layout right there and watch what happens when I flick the switch. We put lights under the lower deck of the layout, and I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail about this because we're going to be talking about it in a future episode of Off the Rails on Model Railroader Video Plus. But needless to say, the entire underside of the lower deck has lights on it now, so I can see what's going on down there. Stuff that we did, I spent a lot of time this month fooling around with cars on my layout. One of the things I did that I have been dying to do for probably 18 years at least, 19 years at least, was decaling the numbers on some of these cars. And I'm going to zoom in on this one here and let it focus. I guess I'm a little bit too close. But I had so heavily weathered some of these cars back in my late 70s and early 80s days that you couldn't really read you could read the reporting marks, but you couldn't read the numbers on them. And you just kind of had to know, oh, well, this is 3254. Well, guess what? If you have people over to start switching the layout, it's very difficult to figure out what car is which. So I pulled some new decals and put them on cars like these two right here. I did this on a dozen cars. And then re-weathered them a little bit less heavily so that you could actually read the numbers. The other thing I did with cars this month was I took all of the scale head Katy couplers. What are those, 158s or something like that? I took them all off because I only had them on probably I'd say 13, 14, 15 cars, and I was finding it extremely difficult to use the skewer. And you know what I'm talking about by the skewer, this type of thing here, to uncouple the cars when there was a scale head and a regular number 5 KD coupler coupled up to one another. So I took all of the scale couplers off, I replaced them with regular number 5s, and then I cut off all the glad hands. I am never ever gonna, I wonder if you can see this, if I can get back a little bit. I am never ever going to use magnetic uncoupling. I did that on my 70s, late 70s, early 80s layout. I hated it. I'm just never going to do that on this layout, and I figured, why do I have all these goofy glad hands hanging out, and some of them would snag on stuff and that, so I cut them all off. So there you have it. That is what I've been doing all month, is maintenance. It was maintenance month, as I said, and hopefully the layout will run better. It's been running fine, but it will run even better now. And if I need to get stuff underneath the layout, I can now see what I'm doing without having to drag a flashlight down there. Anyway, that is our Bona Vista update number 53. I always say this, and I always mean it. Thank you very, very much for watching these updates, and we will see you in February.